Father and son were rushed to the hospital as sirens wailed through Seoul's night. The emergency room lights blurred into harsh white streaks. Amara ran alongside the gurney, her hand gripping Tae Jin's blood-soaked fingers. Min-jun clutched against her chest with the other arm. "Mommy, is Dad going to die?" Min-jun's small voice broke through the chaos. "No, baby, no." But her voice cracked with uncertainty. Tae Jin's eyes fluttered open, finding his son's terrified face. "Min-jun." His voice was barely a whisper. "You're safe. Dad, don't leave us." Min-jun reached out as doctors pulled the gurney through double doors marked surgery. Before I continue, subscribe to Afro Korean Drama TV and tell me where you're watching from. Amara stood frozen in the hallway, Min-jun sobbing against her shoulder. Ji-hoon and Hannah burst through the entrance moments later, Mrs. Park rushing behind them. "Where's Dad?" Ji-hoon demanded, his 4-year-old face fierce with fear. "Surgery." Amara could barely form the word. He took 3 bullets, one near his heart, one in his left shoulder, one grazed his lung. Hannah started crying, clutching her stuffed rabbit. "I should have brought more feathers. His guardian angel wasn't strong enough." Mrs. Park pulled all 3 children close. "Your father is the strongest man I know. He won't leave you, not now that he's found you." The waiting room became their prison for the next 8 hours. Min-jun wouldn't let go of Amara's hand. "This is my fault. If I hadn't been taken." "Stop." Amara cupped his face. "Your father chose to save you. That's what fathers do. That's what love does." "But he barely knows us," Ji-hoon said quietly. "Why would he risk dying for us?" "Because," Mrs. Park said, "the moment he learned you existed, you became more important than his own life. That's what children do to a parent's heart." At 4:47 a.m., a surgeon emerged, blood still on his scrubs. Amara stood, heart hammering. Is he alive? Barely. The bullet near his heart missed the left ventricle by millimeters. "We removed all 3 bullets, repaired the damage, but..." The surgeon paused. "His left shoulder and lung capacity are permanently compromised. He's lost approximately 30% functionality. He'll live, but he'll never be the same physically." "Can we see him?" Ji-hoon asked. "ICU, 2 at a time, 5 minutes only." Tae Jin looked small in the hospital bed, something Amara never thought possible. Tubes ran from his arms, monitors beeped steadily, bandages covered his chest and shoulder. Min-jun approached hesitantly. "Dad?" Tae Jin's eyes opened slowly. "You're here. I'm sorry." Tears streamed down Min-jun's face. "You got hurt because of me." "No." Tae Jin's hand moved weakly toward his son. "I got healed because of you. All of you, for the first time. I had something worth dying for, worth living for." Amara watched from the doorway, her own tears falling. The man who'd built an empire on violence had been brought down by love. Over the next 6 weeks, the children visited daily. They decorated his room with drawings, mostly Min-jun's art, showing the warehouse rescue in vivid crayon. Tae Jin studied each one like military intelligence. Hannah brought a new black feather every visit. "Your guardian angel is working overtime, Dad. Look how big these are getting." Ji-hoon remained cautious but curious. He'd sit by the bed, doing homework, occasionally asking questions. "Did it hurt? Getting shot?" "Yes." "Were you scared?" "Terrified. Not of dying, of not getting to you in time." "Why?" Tae Jin looked at his eldest son. "Because I just found you. All of you. I wasn't ready to say goodbye." "We weren't ready either," Ji-hoon admitted quietly. Physical therapy was brutal. Tae Jin's shoulder wouldn't rotate properly. His breathing was laboured. The doctor's words echoed, "You'll never fight like you used to." "Good," Amara said when he mentioned it. "Maybe you'll find other ways to protect us." "What if I can't?" "You already did. You chose Min-jun over yourself. You proved love is stronger than bullets." 3 months after the rescue, Tae Jin came home. The mansion felt different. Children's laughter echoed where silence once reigned. Toys scattered across marble floors. Crayon drawings taped to bulletproof windows. "Welcome home, Dad!" Hannah crashed into his legs, forgetting his injuries. He winced but held her. "Careful with your father," Mrs. Park scolded gently. "It's fine." Tae Jin knelt slowly, ignoring the pain. "I can handle hugs." That night, disaster struck in the bathroom. "Mommy!" Hannah's voice carried through the mansion. "Dad's trying to do my hair and it looks like birds made a nest." Amara found them, Tae Jin standing behind Hannah with her curls tangled around his fingers, face showing rare panic. "I watched 3 YouTube tutorials," he said defensively. Amara laughed despite herself. "You're doing it backwards." She moved beside him, taking over. Their shoulders touched. Neither moved away. "Left over right," she demonstrated, her hands guiding his. "Pull tight, but not too tight." His hands, scarred from violence, trembled slightly as they learned tenderness. "Like this?" "Almost." Her breath caught. "You're learning." Hannah squirmed. "Are you guys going to kiss again? Because last time Ji-hoon said it was gross, but I think it was nice." Amara stepped back quickly. "Go find your brothers. Lunch in 10 minutes. When Hannah skipped away, the tension remained. "We should talk," Amara said. "About what happened in my office last week. About everything." She met his eyes. "About why I'm still here. Why I'm letting them call this place home. Why I can't seem to leave even though part of me thinks I should." A crash from downstairs cut her off. "Get out of my face!" Ji-hoon's voice tight with rage. They ran. In the foyer, Ji-hoon stood with bleeding knuckles facing another boy his age. Mrs. Park held them apart, 3 security guards hovering nearby. "He called you a gangster," Ji-hoon shouted at Tae Jin. "He said his dad says you're a criminal and we're all criminals too." The other boy, Marcus, looked terrified but defiant. "It's true though, everyone knows." Tae Jin knelt, ignoring the pain in his shoulder. "Ji-hoon, did you hit him?" "He deserved it." "That's not what I asked." Ji-hoon's face crumpled. "Yes, I hit him. But Dad, he said, 'Go to your room. We'll talk about this later.' But he—" "Now!" Ji-hoon fled, tears streaming. Min-jun and Hannah watched from the stairs, frightened. Tae Jin turned to Marcus. "You're right. I am a criminal. I've hurt people, destroyed families, built everything you see on blood and fear." He paused. "But I'm trying to be different for them. That doesn't erase what I've done. Nothing can. But maybe understanding that is how we all become better." Marcus stared, then slowly nodded. "My dad says people can change, if they really want to." "Your dad sounds smart." Tae Jin stood with difficulty. "Mrs. Park, please call his parents. And Marcus? Next time, maybe try asking questions before making accusations." Later, Amara found them in Ji-hoon's room, father and son sitting on the bed in heavy silence. "Can I come in?" Tae Jin nodded. She sat beside Ji-hoon, pulling him close. "Baby, I know you were defending your dad. That's loyal and brave, but violence, like Dad uses." Ji-hoon's voice was small. "Used to use," Tae Jin corrected, "before I understood what it cost, before I had you 3 to lose." "But what if someone tries to hurt us again, like the warehouse? What if you can't protect us because you're not scary anymore?" The question hung between them. "Then I'll find other ways," Tae Jin said. "Being strong isn't just about fighting, it's about being smart, strategic, knowing when to show mercy." "The old you wouldn't have let that boy leave," Ji-hoon observed. "No, the old me would have destroyed his family to make a point. The new me? I'm hoping he goes home and tells his dad that maybe people are more complicated than we think." Ji-hoon leaned against his father. "I'm sorry I hit him." "I know. Tomorrow you'll apologize properly. Understand?" "Yes, Dad." That night, Tae Jin found Amara on the terrace. Seoul glittered below, a city that had witnessed their beginning and their breaking. "Can't sleep?" He kept distance between them. "Too much on my mind. The money." He said what they'd both avoided. 5 years ago, on the pillow. She stiffened. I don't want to. I thought if you hated me, you'd stay away. That if I made it transactional, you'd run and be safe from my world. His laugh was bitter. Flawed logic. I destroyed the best thing that ever happened to me because I didn't know how to protect it. Amara turned. You made me feel like a prostitute. Like that night meant nothing. It meant everything. His voice cracked. For 72 hours, I couldn't sleep because every time I closed my eyes, I saw death. Then you walked into that room and for the first time in years, I felt human. I searched for you for 3 years, Amara. 3 years. Not because you stole money, because I'd lost the only person who made me want to be better. Tears streamed down her face. I raised them alone. Every doctor's visit, every nightmare, every milestone, I did it alone. Do you have any idea? No, I don't, but I want to. He moved closer. Let me learn. Let me be the father they deserve. The man you deserve. I'm terrified, she whispered, that they'll become like you. That this world will swallow them. That loving you means losing myself again. Then don't love me. He cupped her face, thumbs wiping tears. Just let me love you. Let me spend the rest of my life proving I'm worth the risk. She kissed him. Not gentle, not forgiving, but honest. Fierce. 5 years of hurt and longing colliding. When they broke apart, both breathing hard, she whispered, "One chance, Tae Jin. You get one chance to be the man you promised." I'll take it. What they didn't see. Min-jun watching from the doorway, small face breaking into a smile before running to tell his siblings. The next morning, Choi Min-woo entered Tae Jin's office with a face like death. We have a problem. Tae Jin looked up from legitimate business contracts he'd been reviewing. What kind? Min-woo set down photos, the triplets at school, at the park, at taekwondo, each image marked with red crosshairs drawn over their faces. Amara, reviewing enrollment documents, went pale. When did these arrive? This morning. Delivered to 6 different locations simultaneously. Tae Jin studied the photos with forced calm. Who sent them? No signature. But the style matches intelligence reports on an operator called the Architect. International criminal syndicate. They've been trying to recruit or eliminate major players across Asia. Amara stood abruptly. We're leaving. Tonight. The children and I. Running didn't work before, Tae Jin said quietly. They found you in Busan. They'll find you anywhere. Here at least we have resources. Your resources nearly got Min-jun killed. And my resources saved him. His voice carried steel. Amara, I know you're scared. Don't patronize me. These are my children. Our children. He stood. And I will burn the world to ash before I let anyone hurt them again. Min-woo cleared his throat. There's more. Someone inside our organization has been feeding information out. That's how they knew the children's schedules. A mole. Tae Jin's jaw tightened. How many suspects? 4. All trusted lieutenants. Then we don't trust anyone. He turned to Amara. Double security on the children. No school until this is resolved. Lockdown protocol. They'll hate being prisoners. Better imprisoned than dead. The children took lockdown poorly. By day 5, Ji-hoon paced like a caged animal. Min-jun's drawings grew darker. Warehouses, guns, faceless men. Hannah stopped collecting feathers. This is my fault, Min-jun said, sitting in the library as rain streaked the windows. If I hadn't gotten kidnapped before, we wouldn't be locked up now. That's not true, Amara said, pulling him close. But Dad got hurt because of me, and now there's bad people again and… Min-jun. Tae Jin entered. Come with me. He led the boy to his office, sat behind his desk and gestured for Min-jun to sit across from him. You think you're responsible for my choices, Tae Jin said. That's a heavy burden. But if I'd been more careful, if I'd been a better father from the start, none of this would have happened. We can play the blame game forever, or We can accept that bad people exist, and our job is to protect each other from them. Min-jun's eyes filled with tears. I just want us to be normal, like Marcus's family. His dad coaches soccer and they go to movies and nobody tries to kill them. I can't give you normal. Tae Jin's voice softened. I can only give you honest. And honestly, I'm trying to leave this world behind. Build something legitimate, but it takes time. Are you scared? The question caught him off guard. Terrified. Every second, because now I have something to lose. Min-jun climbed onto his lap, something he'd never done before. Tae Jin held him, feeling the small heartbeat against his damaged chest. He would end this, whatever it took. The investigation took 3 weeks. Min-woo ran surveillance, tracked communications, set traps. The evidence pointed to Lieutenant Kang. 8 years of loyal service. Family man, perfect soldier. They brought him in. No violence, no threats. Just a chair and truth. Before you speak, Tae Jin said, know that I've already found your family, your wife and daughters. They're safe. Kang's face crumpled. How? When? The moment I suspected you. You're not the betrayer, Kang. You're the victim. So tell me, what does the architect have on you? The story spilled out. 3 months ago, men had taken his family, called with video of his daughters crying, said if he didn't provide intelligence, they'd mail him his wife's fingers one at a time. I had no choice, Kang whispered. I know. Tae Jin stood. And because I now have children too, I understand. You're not fired. You're not punished. Instead, you're going to help me end this. How? By feeding the architect exactly what I want him to know. Min-woo smiled. A trap. Better. Tae Jin's eyes gleamed. An invitation he can't refuse. The plan was simple. Announce the triplets' 5th birthday party. Public event. Seemingly vulnerable. In reality, every guest vetted. Every entrance covered. Every escape route monitored. You're using our children as bait, Amara said. I'm using the illusion of vulnerability to draw out a real threat. The children will be safe, I promise. Your promises are all I have. Trust me one last time. She wanted to refuse, but Ji-hoon had nightmares. Min-jun stopped drawing. Hannah's light was dimming. If anything happens to them, it won't. I swear on my life. Saturday arrived with perfect weather. Too perfect. Double the perimeter guards, Tae Jin told Min-woo. Keep Mrs. Park with the children at all times. By noon, guests arrived. Children from school, neighbours, carefully vetted associates. Ji-hoon, Min-jun and Hannah wore matching outfits. Amara's doing. They raced through the garden, finally laughing again. Tae Jin watched from the terrace, Amara beside him. They're happy. For now, until... The explosion cut her off. Massive. Front gate erupting in fire and steel. Everyone inside! Min-woo's voice cracked through comms. Front gate breached! Chaos erupted. Guests screaming, security mobilizing. Tae Jin grabbed Amara. Get the children to the panic room, now! She ran. He followed Min-woo toward the front, every step agony in his damaged shoulder. It's a diversion, Min-woo shouted. The real threat. The helicopter appeared over the mansion. Sleek, black, unmarked. The roof! Tae Jin changed direction. They're coming from above. He ran through corridors, feeling the clock tick down. The helicopter landed on the helipad. When he reached the roof access, Ji-hoon was there, his son, with a gun pressed to his head. Hello, Tae Jin. The voice was familiar. Old. You look well, for a wounded man. Master Chen, the man who'd trained him 15 years ago. Chen. His voice was flat. The architect. Clever boy. Chen's smile was cold. You were my finest student. I created you. Then you surpassed me. Built an empire that dwarfed mine. That couldn't stand. So this is revenge. This is opportunity. Join me, Tae Jin. Together we'll control everything from Seoul to Singapore. And if I refuse? Chen pressed the gun harder against Ji-hoon's temple. Then your son dies first, then the other two, then their mother. Tae Jin's hands clenched, weakened, aged. No longer the weapon he'd been, but still a father. Dad, Ji-hoon's voice was small. Don't do it. Don't become a monster again. We'll be okay. Tae Jin looked at his son, 4 years old, terrified, brave. He dropped his weapon. I'm done, Chen. You win. Just let him go. Chen's smile widened. Finally? The gunshot cracked through the air. Chen staggered, blood blooming on his shoulder. Ji-hoon twisted free and ran to his father. Min-woo appeared, rifle raised. Sorry I'm late, boss. Traffic. Security poured onto the roof. Chen's men surrendered. Tae Jin held Ji-hoon tight. You're safe. I've got you. You gave up for me, Ji-hoon whispered. You chose me over everything. Every time. Forever. Later, after Chen was arrested. After the children were safe in bed. Tae Jin found Amara on the terrace. It's not over, she said. There'll always be someone else. I know. He moved beside her. That's why I'm leaving. What? The organization, the empire, all of it. I'm testifying against Chen and dismantling everything I built. Legitimate businesses stay. Criminal operations get handed to the authorities. They'll send you to prison. Maybe, but maybe not for long. And when I get out, I'll be free. We all will be. The children need you now. The children need a father who won't get them killed. If that means 2 years in prison to buy them a lifetime of safety, I'll take that deal. She was quiet. Then, ask me. Ask you what? What you've been wanting to ask. He knelt. Amara Park. Will you marry me? Not because of obligation, but because I love you. Because you're the only person who makes me want to be human. Yes. She pulled him up. Yes. But only if you promise, really promise, you're leaving this life behind. I promise. They married 2 weeks later. Small ceremony. Mrs. Park crying. Children as witnesses. At the courthouse, the children testified. Told the judge about their father's change, his sacrifice, his choice of family over empire. The judge listened. Ruled. 2 years house arrest instead of prison. Contingent on full cooperation and complete dissolution of criminal enterprises. Tae Jin accepted. Grateful. Epilogue 2 years later. The beach house in Busan was smaller than the mansion. No marble, no bulletproof windows, no empire. Just home. Tae Jin stood on the sand, watching his children play. Ji-hoon, 7 now, teaching Hannah to swim. Min-jun building an elaborate sandcastle. His ankle monitor had come off last week, finally free. Amara appeared beside him, 2 coffee cups in hand. Your security business got another client. That hotel chain. Legitimate security, no weapons, no violence, just protecting people the right way. He smiled. Who would have thought? I did. She handed him coffee. I always saw the man underneath. The kids are happy. The kids are thriving. Min-jun's art teacher says he's gifted. Hannah started that environmental club. And Ji-hoon wants to be a lawyer. Says he wants to help people escape bad situations. He'll be good at it. Mrs. Park emerged from the house, calling that lunch was ready. The children ran up the beach. Race, you dad, Ji-hoon challenged. Tae Jin ran. His shoulder still hurt, his lungs still struggled, but he ran, laughing. Behind them, Amara touched her stomach. Small bump just beginning to show. Their 4th child. That evening, they gathered for a family photo. Min-jun held his latest drawing, their family on the beach rendered in colours that captured joy. Hannah clutched a black feather. For the new baby, so their guardian angel knows where to find them. Ji-hoon stood between his parents, finally trusting that this peace would last. And Tae Jin held Amara close, watching their children with wonder. You saved me, he whispered, long before I saved you. We saved each other, she corrected. That's what family does. The photo captured them at sunset. The mansion, sold months ago, nothing but memory. The criminal empire, dismantled completely, nothing but history, just a family. Imperfect, scarred, healing, free. Thank you for watching part 2 of this emotional journey. If you want to see more stories like this, subscribe to Afro Korean Drama TV and let me know in the comments. Where are you watching from, and what story should I tell next?